Hey everybody, welcome back to the Quantum Show. I see Sapphire Elf is here. I don't know if I'm early or late, but here we are. That's the way the quantum ball rolls, right? Behind me, if you see anything, that is the mountainside. It's nighttime. The light is up here. I'm outside. Let me get a sound check. I got one person, Sapphire. I think it's you. Let me have a sound check. Do I sound okay? Do I sound crackly? Because I'm using a different headset that I normally use. So here we are, and my viewer is out. I don't know. I don't even know what time it is. It's supposed to be 9 o'clock in Nashville. So I'm going to go with that. Okay? Because here we are. This is the epitome of the quantum show. I never know when things are going to happen. And time zones particularly confuse me. So, Bigfoot conference. Okay? I see someone's in the chat. Give me a sound check, please. I'm using different headset, so give me a sound check. I might sound a little rough. Hey, Bob Perkins, give me a sound check, bro. How do I sound? I'm expecting to, like I'm talking through a paper cup or paper towel roll. So somebody give me a sound check, please. That's you, Bob. You're up. Sounds perfect. Well, let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Sound check complete. Okay. Went to the Bigfoot conference of 2023 Smoky Mountains wearing my alien shirt. There was one other person there doing aliens, and it was this lady with an alien print dress, and that was pretty cool. Okay. Yeah. Bigfoot topic, but you know, we do the twist on everything, right? All the people there were talking about Bigfoot is a cryptid that is an undiscovered mammal, right? Thank you, Jeanette. Welcome to the show, Jeanette, Bob, and Sapphire. Puck. So, there. Oh, watch over the shoulders, okay? Because I got the mountainside behind me. And if there's any kind of lighting or anything, I don't know if my phone will pick it up, but we're going to try, right? And there will be a panel later, but it's not going to be over 2 hours. It's going to be less. It's probably going to be 2 hours or less because I have no way to manage. I have no way to chat. So that's that. I'm going to be doing on the fly, just like the car show that day from Florida. Okay. Yeah, they were all talking about Bigfoot being an undiscovered mammal. And I have a different take on it because there just seems to be bugs on my phone. I have a different take on that, of course. And I take the quantum route because I have no experience with Bigfoot. I have experience with the people of the conferences. Okay. So I went around and I spoke to people. I got some books. I got some stories. The numbers are holding true. I talked to the guys, one of the guys in depth a little bit from, what is it? Small Town Monsters. And the numbers are holding true. 100% of people who are into Bigfoot have not seen Bigfoot. That same 100% all have experience with ghosts or UFOs or aliens, straight up aliens. And even Jeff Muldrum has seen a UFO. He's never seen Bigfoot, but he's seen a UFO. Okay. I would like for him to use some UFO hunting techniques and ghost hunting techniques, but no one wants to hear me out on that. Because when you want to perceive something a little bit better, when you want to look at something in a petri dish, you add dye, right? That changes the environment of the cell or whatever you're looking in. right? Hey, Shingoji. Shingoji is off screen right over here, giggling, and I'm hearing all of it. You want to say hello over there? Yes, that's an intentional echo. Hello, Shingoji.
We gotta have an echo. We gotta have an echo, echo, echo.
If there was no echo, if there was no sound problems, would it be the Quantum Show? So
This is why the Quantum Show is a Quantum Show.
It is the epitome of the Quantum Show. I never know when, where, what's going to happen. So here we are. I am in Seymour, Tennessee. It's a little ways away from Gatlinburg. 30 minutes, give or take, depending on traffic. And I've got a new coffee cup. Amy couldn't come with me this time. It's me and the big guy, right? He had a cool story. He was talking about the guy that sold me this cup, who had the cups for sale. He told me, and this is one of those cups that doesn't have a handle, so it stays hot, and you got to have something. So I'm going to have to get a koozie or something. But yeah, anomalies and the real deal. Hey, welcome to the Quantum Show. I don't remember seeing you here.
I wonder what that Seymour is. Oh, Seymour and Seymour.
He just got the joke. Seymour in Seymour.
Okay.
I understood the joke.
Yeah,
Good one.
I didn't get that.
So they're not using, they're using how to track an ape and how to track a large mammal methods to find Bigfoot. However, okay, thanks, man. Yeah, I don't even know what time it is in Nashville. I said, forget it, I'm going live. But they're trying to track it like a big animal, and it's a typical big animal, and it's not a typical big animal, right? It's what's the word we use here? It's quantum. He's quantum. Bigfoot is quantum. There's even a book called Quantum Bigfoot. I bought the last copy they had. They told me it was the last copy. They probably wanted to jack up the price. I don't know.
Written by the famous Robert Morris.
Yeah. And I'm going to be reading that whenever I get to read anything. But yeah, all the witness reports about what we got, portals, disappearing, Bigfoot, right? Standing perfectly still. That is a quantum thing. You know who the only people who can do that are? Monks. Buddhist monks are the only ones who can stand perfectly still. Not even, you can't even see the breathing on a high def camera. Okay? That's who does, that's what happens with that. That's a quantum ability. I've experienced some of these Buddhist abilities because I practiced Buddhism for 2 years. Okay? No, it's fine. And me and the big guy are gonna have some coffee now. So yeah, another quantum ability is the cloaking that people have reported that look like the Predator. Well, I've seen something like that too. If you'll remember the old show about the graveyard, where it was 2 years ago, Halloween, before the Quantum Show became what it is now, and with our millions of viewers, but before it was like it was, I saw 4 entities in the cemetery behind my house. I live in a church house with a cemetery. Hey, Dorothy. Welcome back to the Quantum Show. And I saw those 4 entities, and guess what they look like? The Predator. They look like they were invisible. They were see-through, but they had an edge around them that was blurry. That's what Bigfoot people are reporting they see. So I am not discounting that because people don't report what they don't see. You know, it sounds too outlandish. When you make a when you make a fake report of anything, it sounds like a lie. Even the details. I'm not talking about body language or facial expressions. Talking about the way people tell lies. Oh, I don't know if you heard that. Did you hear that? Upgrade in progress.
For what?
from my phone.
No, dude, mine's lagging by 17 seconds.
Has it come up yet? Oh, wow. He's got 17-second lag. So I'm assuming since I'm going through Nashville and then apparently Mars and back again.
Yeah, I heard it on there. Yeah, it was kind of like a vibration.
Oh, you heard a vibration?
Yeah.
But it wasn't. Oh, you heard the rumble. That's
yeah,
fine.
Yeah. Okay,
That's fine. Okay. Because, yeah, I got a notification. And hold on a second. I am hearing myself on your phone, dude. I am like losing the train of thought so much.
I'll turn it down.
Please.
I didn't realize it was that loud.
It's loud.
My bad.
Okay, no problem. I mean, by all means, watch the show.
Oh, yeah.
But, yeah.
Dude, I'm just giving you the view, man.
Okay. I mean, why are you watching it on your phone? You got it live right here, Quantum Show live, and you're in your driveway.
I'm in my bedroom watching on my damn road.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I think I was saying something about the cloaking effect. Too many people have reported that for it to not be real. There's something to it. A lot of people dismiss it as a lot of different things, as being drunk, being high, not seeing anything, weather phenomena. Show me a weather phenomenon that makes something look invisible with a distortion field around its edge. I want to know that weather phenomenon, please. Come on, Bigfoot people. And so there's definitely a quantum element. There's something going on because we only see part of what we see, right? And hey, Cindy, welcome back. Yeah, we only see part of what we see. Now, I'm not going to go over the typical stuff of Bigfoot, where you can go on every other Bigfoot show and find all that stuff out. I'm going to acknowledge that the science has been done the way it's been done, and why I challenge it. Okay, but that's the report. And what I meant to say earlier was the ghost and UFO methods should be used more for Bigfoot, because the petri dish, when you want to see cells in a petri dish, everything's so tiny, you add dye, you change the environment. So when you want to see something that's invisible, what do? What do? Gamers, you throw flour in the room, right? That adds an element, something that will stick to the invisible object. Well, I don't see us bringing flour out in the woods looking for these guys. So what's something else we can do? How about the electromagnetic field? Well, we already kind of do that because we're using infrared, which is an EM field, but it's not electric, it's light. And what about now? Here is my thing. The salt lamp. Okay, it's a chunk of salt, and then when you put the light through it, it carries ions out with it. Now the ions don't go very far, but they don't have to, and they're literally moving at the speed of light. So that is changing the environment. That is throwing flour into the void to see where it sticks. That's the principle, right? Now they make ion generators that put out a lot more ions. They're loud and expensive, and anything in the area is going to know it's there. I've never seen an ion generator as one of those that isn't loud, crackly, and annoying. Hey, Raven, welcome back to the Quantum Show. Tonight, me and Bigfoot, I'll call him Buckeye. Me and Buckeye are running the show tonight. The cup is cooled down enough to where I can hold it regular. And let me see, I'm going to adjust it so I don't have to keep readjusting my hand. So I can take a drink and show this at the same time. It's Buckeye. Buckeye makes a mean cup of coffee, let me tell you. But changing the environment is how you illuminate something that you're not supposed to be able to see, right? What do you do with, okay, let's take typical camouflage, right? I will acknowledge this much science. You take typical camouflage. What defeats it? Infrared. Okay, so infrared, you're seeing the heat spectrum. And on my little infrared thing, you're throwing it like, I don't know, a bag of flour over top of something to illuminate it a little more. And plus, heat will come up hotter on the infrared. So that's infrared. That's what we do. Now we've been using, wait a minute, that's all. That's it. That's all they've been using. Infrared and full spectrum, which is pretty much doing the same thing. So if they really want to see these things, how about, thank you, Raven. How about throw something else at it that doesn't illuminate it? It changes the environment. And my idea is an ion generator or a salt lamp. Because those ions will stick to any, okay, they're ions, all right? Now, they are not luminous, right? They're not luminous. However, it's a step in the right direction, experimenting, because 50 years or more of Bigfoot exploration, all the science been put onto it, and none of it's turned up an actual Sasquatch. So why not try something different? You know, I mean, what's the point of keep doing the same thing that gets no results or gets the same results over and over that are all inconclusive? Try something different. Don't try anything destructive. An ion generator is okay. How about change the environment somehow else? Okay, now we know light doesn't work. They have tried light. What about infrasound? How about ultra low frequency? How about ultra high frequency? How about those things? Have those been tried? I have not read about those being tried. And I'm sure there are a host of other things that we could think of. I mean, we do lots of science all the time, you know, and maybe it's change the barometric pressure. Maybe it's that. How do we do that? You know, adjust your environment, like throwing flour on an invisible thing or putting dye in a petri dish. Adjust the environment. And it's only slight. It's not a big change. It's just enough to cause a difference that we may be able to pick up. Okay. You know those floating laser clocks that you can get? I saw them at Walgreens and they're cheap now, and they have the red LEDs floating around above the clock, right? What that does is you're seeing an interference pattern, okay? Two beams of light that strike against each other, they are different frequencies. Either one you can't see on its own. You put them together, it all of a sudden has something to shine against. And then that's how it forms the numbers. It is an interference pattern, okay? There's lots of great things about interference patterns to help you detect things where you can't with standard types of radiation, right? Now I say radiation, I mean EM light. Okay, don't say let's go nuke Bigfoot. No. And let's not throw plutonium at him. No. Do not throw plutonium at Bigfoot. Do not. That would be a bad idea. Or uranium, or whatever, or mercury. Oh my God, don't throw mercury at Bigfoot. Don't do any of that stuff. However, what can we do? I want us to think along those lines. The people who are looking for Bigfoot, think along those lines. You've been doing the same thing. They disable trail cams. They don't show up. They change them. They take them, or hunters take them because trail cams are expensive. And you got all these methods that people have been doing for the years and years, and they're turning up the same inconclusive results. Let's check all those off and move on to something else. Let's try a couple of cross references. Okay. What about laser grid? Laser grid can find something invisible, and laser grids are great for finding things that are invisible to normal light. Because I watched a show where they were doing laser grid detection for spirits. It worked. Here's what they saw. The laser grid was not blocked. It was distorted. And it was moving through distorted. That's how they were able to detect something was there. Laser grid? Okay. Bigfoot hunters. Use a laser grid. Try that. How about humidity and them moving from the air? Moving through the air? Humidity. Fog. What about fog? What's wrong with fog? Straight up dry ice in a bucket of water, right? It'll go down. It'll sit down for quite a long time before it dissipates back into the air. And you see stirrings, you point your infrared at it, or you point your full spectrum. I'm getting told now that that's a great idea. Thank you. Old school methods for detection. Use some of them old school ones. You know, we don't need to have the ultimate 4K, 10K, 30K cameras to be able to find something that ain't going to be found that way. How about the laser grid, the dry ice, or just a campfire and a bucket of chicken? Yeah, you heard me. Mike from Bigfoot, Long Island Bigfoot, that one's for you. Bucket of chicken and a campfire and maybe some beer or coffee. Say, hey, big man, come have some coffee. I brought you your favorite cup. Whew. No, I'm just joking. It's not that strong. But, oh, by the way, if there's any shaking of the camera, I'm using my secondary tripod on a cooler with wheels. It's quantum.
It's warming.
And yeah, that's my ideas for detecting. Think away from the high tech. Go low tech. Hell, an actual bag of flour could help somehow, you know? You know what flour also does? The finest ground stuff tends to float in the air for a while before it falls down, right? So how about actually take, I don't know, a bag of flour, a t-shirt cannon, and a bucket of chicken, and have the bucket of chicken as your bait. Bucket of chicken, good. Okay. T-shirt cannon loaded with flour, harmless. What's going to happen? You're going to bake some bread by accident in the sun? No, that's not going to happen either. It's flour. Something will eat it. Okay, bucket of chicken gets taken. Pulls a line. Goes to the t-shirt cannon loaded with flour at a 45-degree angle. It shoots the flour. You've got a flour-covered ghost Bigfoot. And there he is. You have your trail cam a little way over there, but your bait's over here. So, yeah, KFC just got a free promotion. Thank you, Shingoji. Yeah, Bigfoot prefers KFC. They do not like Prince or Miss Hattie B's chicken. They do not, and they definitely don't like Cane chicken. Don't like Cane's chicken. That's a fact. Prove me wrong. All right, but yeah, that's the Bigfoot topic. Now, the cool stuff that happened that I witnessed today. A few things. Me and Shin were walking down, right? We were walking back to the car and back because we were putting our stuff away. And there was, this is one incident in no particular order, right? Yeah. Bigfoot is picky. They prefer KFC over all the other brands. So you heard it here first. prove me wrong. Every Bigfoot hunter, you're good, Sapphire. You were here from the beginning. If this was Keith's show, you'd get the gold. But I have, everybody gets a plat. Everybody gets quantum medals here. Just imagine it on your chest. It's right there. Trust me. Okay, but we were walking back to and back from the car, our little small halls, right? And on the way to the car, we encountered this guy. His face wasn't put together right. Now, I don't mean deformed. I mean out of place. He was a little bit short. Now, I am not a tall guy. Me and Shin are about the same height. And he was little. This guy was like this tall to me. And he was walking opposite, crossing us. And he was walking like this. He had a blue hat on. And I didn't notice anything else. But he had very light complected skin. And I didn't notice anything about his body build. Okay, I did look back at him as he passed. But his body build seemed typical human, right? And that's what I saw anyway. And he looked at us, and I got a ping. Shin got his version of a ping, right? And it wasn't good. And my ping is just one for awareness. It's not intention. It's not anything like that. It's just be aware. And his ping is a little more specific to intention and personality. So he got a bad feeling about this. Yep. He played Han Solo today. Chewie, I've got a bad feeling about this guy looking like a weird little human. And I gave him a nod, and he gave me a nod, acknowledgement. And we both were like, whoa, right? Okay, the next thing that I'm recalling happened is I was in the auditorium while someone was giving a little bit of a speech, right? Someone was giving some information out, talking about what they did and all this and that. And it was cool. And I decided, now, on my right is a guy. On my left is a little old man. Now, everybody's wearing, except for me and the old girl with the alien dress, right? Everybody's wearing Bigfoot stuff. They got their lanyard on their wrist. They had wrist lanyards. It's pretty cool. Lanyard on the wrist. And this guy, I remember he was a little old man, and he was shorter than me, once again. And I looked over, gave him a nod and a smile, hey, how you doing? Nice to see you at the Bigfoot conference type thing. And he did the same thing. And right then I said, it's time to turn it on, right? So I did my little instant meditation and, the alignment that I do, right? 2 seconds. It takes me 2 seconds to do this. Look over. He's gone. Nobody walking away. A couple of ladies walking this way. He's gone. He's out. I'm standing in front of the bathroom. I'm like looking in the bathroom. 2 seconds. He's like 5'3", right? He's not going to be that easy to get. Little old man. Go to the bathroom 15 feet away, right? I will see him in 2 seconds. There was nobody. He just vanished. Now, I could be mistaken, right? Because when I go into, when I do my little meditation to turn it on, I try to keep track of time. Sometimes it doesn't work. So it could have been more than 2 or 3 seconds. It could have been 5 or 10 seconds. But the guy was talking. So I was listening to him talk, right? This is an incident, right? Yeah, this is the second incident. So that's what happened. And shortly, a few minutes after, Shin and Mrs. Shin walks up. And they are like, hey, where you been? I'm like, I've been right here. I had some stuff happen. I told them about it later. Did not see the witch I was looking for who works at the lemonade stand. Yes, the witch of the lemonade stand. It was a whole nother deal, right? And I got while I was in there, got quite a few pings to something being around. So they were there. I just couldn't identify them because I think they knew I was there, because I was identifying myself with this giant alien shirt where everybody else was wearing either like Carhartt or North Face or Bigfoot regalia, right? And yeah, and the people who were there, it was the whole crew from Finding Bigfoot, and I got to talk to one of them. I told you, I don't even know the guy's name, but I got to talk to him. And Matt Moneymaker was there. I'm not a big fan of the rock star archaeologist Giorgio, the rock star anybody, right? Ghost hunter Zach Bagans, not a fan anymore, right? And now we got a rock star Bigfoot researcher, Matt Moneymaker. He put on a great show, let me tell you, but so does every other rock star that are selling themselves to the crowd. That's just not for me. I don't feel that's quantum. Hold on. I'm getting a message.
Just remembered something about the WWP that was in the chat.
Okay. Okie doke. Okay. Oh, I didn't notice that. Shingoji is saying, I'm reading. I read the chat. It just doesn't get to me very often. Okay. He saw this guy too. The dude with blue hat that pinged us was super skinny because his hands were almost bony. I didn't see this part. So I just glanced and I got a ping and I was busy and I was trying not to run over people walking. And but he noticed that's something he noticed, that he was super skinny. So that's all he was wearing a light colored t-shirt and it was very baggy on him, even though, right? It was very baggy. Like, I'm wearing a t-shirt. It's not super baggy on me because I'm not super skinny, right? I'm not big, but I'm not skinny, you know.
The shorts came all the way out here.
I am getting more information from Shingoji himself that his shorts were like bell-bottom shorts.
I should just be on here. I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, pull up a shower chair.
Shower chair. Oh, you gave your secret away.
No, that is just a cool thing about being on the Quantum Show. And this is as far as this thing will adjust. All right, let me close this one out.
I don't mean to keep interrupting him, but I just keep remembering stuff from the day.
Now, no? Okay. No. He doesn't want to be on the Quantum Show. Though deep down, he really does. He really wants to be on. See that shirt? That's the shirt that says Bigfoot is quantum.
Yeah, I got the shirt last year. Quantum shirt. It's my quantum shirt.
But he was saying, I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. He's not interrupting. He's contributing. See, when you interrupt the quantum, you're contributing to the quantum.
Well, you are doing your show from my driveway.
And I'm doing the show from his driveway. His driveway, Bigfoot's mountains in the background. We've already seen a couple of things in the sky. And last night was interesting.
Oh, God.
Last night, okay, sorry, I'm bending over. Last night I had gotten here and I had been hanging out. We've been sitting on the front porch watching for stuff. Lots of rabbits and lots of weird noises. We kept hearing what I thought was firecrackers. Well, my hearing is on my right side is where I was hearing it. My hearing is not so great on my right side because of stuff, right? Because something happened with my hearing once. And it's not so great on my right side. So, oh, sorry about that. That microphone is up there. It sounded to me like someone's shooting off fireworks. This place has a noise ordinance for stuff like that, right? You can't do that. touch of wind, probably. And I am out. I am not on a balcony. I am in a driveway. It looks like a balcony because this is literally Foothills Drive on the foothills of the Smokies back there, right? This is in Appalachia country. I'm in East Tennessee. This is way East Tennessee. Okay. Okay. Where was I?
The knocks.
He says he judges it as a knock in the distance. Bigfoot uses wood knocking, and they sell all the stuff. Wood knocking kits. It's literally a baseball bat this long, okay, that says Bigfoot or something on it, right?
I'm pretty sure.
But he says, okay, now anyway, they do. It has been documented that there are. They call it wood knocks. It's like big pieces of tree hitting other big pieces of tree to make the pop, pop, pop. Now, I've heard recordings of wood knockings, right? And his daughter later on, skipping ahead a little bit, said she heard screams. I didn't hear that, and I think I was up at the time.
She said it was about 5:30.
Yeah, I think I was up at the time. I couldn't sleep very well. That's why I look more like Buckeye today, than I normally do me, right? But she said she heard things. Now back to the porch, right? I brought all my ghost hunting paranormal stuff with me, and I didn't bring it to the conference because I was like, I got to lug all this stuff around and not use it for most of the time. I should have brought it because there were lots of people with hunting equipment on the back, and these are not eyes. These are reflections off of a house. Okay. And yeah, I believe the Aussie Yowie is the same type of creature. Our Keith Andrews calls them an ancient race, and I tend to believe it because they're not locked into the same limitations that we are. We can't go invisible. Buddhist monks can, but not everybody can do that, right? We can't go invisible. We have to wear clothes. They don't wear shoes. He's had footprints happen in the yard, right? I've seen them. I've witnessed them myself. And he sent me pictures that I will try to post. Here's the deal with the pictures now. I do not have computer support right now. I'm strictly on my phone. Strictly. I'm not able to observe the show, manage the show. I'm having to do that, right? Having to do this. So I'm thinking that, anyway, the Yowies are the same critter type that these guys are. An ancient race that were here before us. They were the, not previous owners, but previous wardens for Earth. Because let's face it, we don't own the planet. We are in charge of protecting the planet and the Earth and all its people. Easter egg. There you go. What's the Easter egg? Now we're in charge of protecting Earth and all its people. What's that Easter egg? Comment below. Okay. And they are not all totally physical. We haven't even discovered all physical beings yet. We are physical beings in a certain bracket of reality, bracket of frequency. Okay. Do you know what they do? Okay. What they do in, say, CERN, right? They accelerate the environment. That's what they're doing. Along with those atoms that they're smashing, everything around the atom goes with it, right? Now, they're concentrating on the atom. They're changing the environment. That's why the weird crap happens from CERN, and they get unexpected results all the time from changing tiny variables. They're still figuring out why that happens. This does not keep the coffee hot very well, but it's cool. It's red. And it's Bigfoot. Sorry, I was getting to a point here. Thanks, Buckeye. You distracted me. They changed the environment. I don't even know where I was, y'all. I'm doing what so many hosts do, and they distract themselves for a second when they're on a roll, and poof, gone. I hate when that happens. Ancient race, right? Ancient race, and their environment is different. We haven't discovered every bit of physicality yet. We are not even all physical. We have just recently discovered in the past, 60 years, 70 years, that our atoms have space in between them. That's all matter. They went down, down, smaller, smaller. All matter has space in between it. So what we're seeing literally is an illusion. What we are literally is an illusion. We are because we think we are, therefore we are. Okay? What's that? Easter egg. What's that? That's a paraphrasing. I think, therefore I am. What is that? Okay. A lot of y'all are going to say Moriarty in Star Trek. It's not. He was quoting somebody too. So what's that quote? Put it in the comments. So we haven't discovered what reality really is, because I don't think humans, with our limited scope of everything, are capable of doing that. And our buddy Bigfoot can exist between the lines. So, okay, physical proof. We're not going to be allowed to have physical proof. Just like in ufology. Your disclosure, Bigfoot hunters, is going to have to be personal, because you're not going to prove it to the world. You need to prove it to yourself. That's where you begin your quantum journey, okay? You don't need the world to believe you. Don't tell the world. Tell you. Believe it, right? And let me tell you, when you believe in something, you will start having this something happen more and more. And, well, Bigfoot are people, so be nice, be friendly. Take them that bucket of chicken, Mike. Oh, sorry. And shoot them with a flower cannon. Don't do that. Don't do that. It could go terribly wrong, and you could pelt him with t-shirts, and that's not cool, right? Don't do that. So Bob is saying, the question is, can our imagination... Oh, well, that's separate. Let's do Bob's. The screen refresh on me. The question is, can our imagination reach those deep corners of the galaxy, sending an imagination concept to contact? Yes. Yes, it can. I've done it. I did it with, I don't know what his name was. He is a Mantis person. He's out there. He has my number. He's not allowed to call me. And I did a show on that too. So let's do that too. How else do we talk about ghosts and aliens? Psychics. Let's get a psychic out there looking for Bigfoot. And don't let the experiments contradict each other. Okay? Don't let one, I don't mean contradict, I mean interfere with each other. Because you could have a psychic in one set, psychic over here. Bob, yes, it can be done. I've done it. Many people have done it. R. Keith has done it. I'm pretty sure Rich has done it, but he didn't realize what was going on. And I'm like almost 100% sure Amy has done it. And she definitely don't know what's going on, because she would have said something really weird happened to me. She's seen things, which is cool. I'm looking at the thing. Yeah. Sapphire, Puck, you're saying it right. Miasma of thought. universal understanding of life force. Sometimes people can pick things up like other threads, pick them up like threads. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Because we are all tied and we are all combined. I said hide comment. Okay, there it goes. We are all tied. And it's just, I call it the quantum link. Star Wars calls it the Force. The Vulcans call it the Katra. Okay? And lots of people call it different stuff. I call it the quantum link because we have it. That's why you get that feeling in the pit of your stomach when you're turning left and you think you don't want to turn left, you go right. Why you say, maybe I shouldn't go to that store today. Maybe I should delay myself. Maybe I should dilly-dally. And lo and behold, while you would have been driving down that street, a bucket of nails has been thrown out into it and flattening a bunch of tires. That is something like that, right? And just because, okay, I posit at this point that Bigfoot and all the cryptids that seem to disappear, here's what I say. I posit this, not a theory, but this idea that they are in a niche of reality that we do not have access to. Comparatively, the insects under the icebergs in Antarctica are in an area that we cannot be. Also, the dragon slugs that have been found in volcanic vents, that means live volcanoes. They have iron ore shells, and they're highly heat resistant. We can't go there. They exist in another reality that we cannot go. Those are two extremes, but those are on the physical extremes. I posit the idea that Bigfoot is occupying a piece of the same reality, just that we don't have access to it for some other reason. Let's use electromagnetics to affect or detect them. Let's use that stuff. Hey, Marvelous Marvelous Marvin. Sorry. I had a long day. It's been a long day. So that's my thing about Bigfoot and the weird stuff today. That was cool. Now there were lots of pings, and we didn't do the walk around the cemetery like we did before. And I was looking for people, and I only noticed those two guys. Okay, the one that disappeared, and the one that basically looked like a half alien person, a hybrid. And he did kind of look that way. He was short. Now, I'm 5'7", so is he, Shin, right? We're both the same height. And this guy was like this to both of us. And he was looking down like this with a hat on. And I just gave him a, and he gave me one back, right? We both got pinged. I got pinged by him in my way. He got pinged in his way. So those were the only things I really noticed.
Oh my God. You have a whole fucking audience.
What?
You have a whole audience right here.
What do I got? Rabbits?
No, an audience.
Oh, I am being told I have a whole audience of spirits here. I can't detect them. They don't want me to see them. I'm the performer, apparently. Welcome to the Quantum Show, everyone.
Oh,
one and all.
Feel free to tell them about me. I don't care.
What?
Feel free to tell them about me. I don't care.
No, tell them about me. I'm telling. Dude, they know you're here.
No, can I see them?
Oh, yeah. Shin is telling me. Shin has an ability. Okay? I will let him go into it when he wants to go into it. So he has the ability to sense spirits. So apparently I have an audience, can you call it a live studio audience? We don't even know what life is. So I have an audience here, and yeah, I'm being told they're laughing. Thanks, guys. Like and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum. You guys are definitely quantum. I'm talking to the spirits over there. They definitely are quantum. There is no question about that. So, driving on, that's the weirdness that I saw today. And it wasn't super, super awesome weird, but I didn't see the tall skinnies. I didn't see the short-armed, low-waisted guys. But I knew there was somebody there because off and on, I was feeling like I was being watched. And actually, when I got here, we were against this fence over here, and me and Shin, we were talking, and we both got the same cold chill all at once. And we were talking about the resident spirits over there, right? And the history of the land as much as is known. And I got a cold chill. He got a cold chill. And it's not cold. It's not cold. It's like 80 degrees, right? Right now, it's more like 70 degrees. We're around there. And when he and I both got that cold chill, we had started talking about the history of the land. And he says, yeah, she doesn't want us talking about that. So we stopped. And I went on to something else. Probably the Mercury Drive. I've been still obsessing over it. Oh, that's something else. I was able to talk to the Bigfoot guy from Small Town Monsters. I got to remember the guy's name. I got to find out his name. And I did get a picture. That was cool. Lots of pictures. Check my Facebook. Link is in the About tab on my Facebook. But I talked to him. I was like, dude, y'all are missing a context that these guys are in. All these people, and I basically gave him a nutshell version of this show, talking about, I didn't say anything about the t-shirt cannon and bucket chicken, right? that's exclusive to the Quantum Show. But I did talk about how there is these sightings and stuff would be, they would be easily explainable, but they aren't, right? There is something they're missing. Use ghost hunter techniques. I should have mentioned the Hellier guys because they worked with Bobo and the backup team that they had there. And they didn't work with the mainline team. And there was one person that I was expecting to see there that wasn't there. The girl with the short hair, she wasn't there. I never saw her. Maybe I just missed her because we were about an hour behind, an hour late. So that might have been that. But I got to tell him, do the ghost stuff, do the energy work. Don't just expect the same. Well, I didn't say. I was nicer about it because this is his career. It's not mine. I just happen to have a particular advantage, and so does Shin, have that particular advantage of having our quantum stuff really, really awake, right? And okay, that was the Bigfoot conference and all the stuff that happened with it. Oh yeah, the food was outrageously expensive. One side was conference, one side was convention. So you can imagine the prices there, right? Luckily, this mug was $6. A cup of cheap, crappy coffee at the concession stand that was catered was $6, and it was half the size of that. Not happy. Gather Up events, I'm looking at you on this one. Do better, cost cheaper, get local guys. What's the matter with you? You're running a scientific conference, not a convention at the anime people's behest. This is science, okay? And this is like not the most rich branch of science either, okay? I mean, there was some high dollar stuff, equipment there. I saw, like, we've heard of Bushnell. I've never heard of these other guys. I got a business card from them, and their stuff looked high speed. It was all metal, and it was expensive optical equipment. it was really geared towards hunting, but it was, I had the card with me. Do I still have it? I had a card in here that I forgot to put in my bag, right? And I bought a bag to haul everything with. Nope, I put it in the bag later. Okay. But it was a paranormal optical or something optical to where it was all that stuff. And lots of artworks, lots of leatherworks, lots of wood crafting, lots of hell, I think there was some stained glass, which was cool. I don't remember. Ironwork, things to go outside, things with a general Bigfoot theme and flavor, right? Let's see, what did I pick up? I put them on. I put the pictures on Facebook. Got T-shirts, got books, got one guy. I told him the story about my first experience, kind of not dealing with Dogman. He was a Dogman guy, right? And let me go ahead and say this. Okay, the stuff happened in 1983. The Dogman massacre of Land Between the Lakes. What do they call it? I keep wanting to say Beast of Bray Road, but that's a different story. Land Between the Lakes monster. That's the story. It happened in 1983, the massacre where the people were killed in a minivan, right? Okay, 1983. 1985, we took a road trip, not a field trip from my school, or 84, 85, something like that. We went up there. Here's what made it weird. Okay, now I'm a little kid. All right, I'm in like second, third grade. And we're going to Land Between the Lakes. And here's what I hear. The adults that were running the show and making sure everything was like, they said, I remember a teacher saying it just like this. What about the animals there? And little kid me, growing up in Tennessee, was like, possums, skunks, just run away from them, yell at them. I'm thinking, little kid me. They weren't talking about those animals. They were talking about the beast of LBL. That's what they were talking about. And 2 years previous to my first time going to Land Between the Lakes as a school trip, that happened. And it was only 2 years. How long does it take? Okay, now tell me that's not paranormal. Okay, that's not a cover-up. Because look at, okay, I used the comparator, the George Guidestones. How quickly were those things cleaned up? They had a supernatural bent to them, right? So, but they got this cleaned up in less than 2 years, right? Let's look at another comparator. Take every mass shooting, how long does it take to clean it up? There's some places you still can't go, right? And it's been years and years. But they had that place open to the public, to little kids that make great little crunchy snacks in 2 years, right? Okay. There was something going on right there. All right, y'all, everybody. This has been the first hour of the Quantum Show. If you're here, you're quantum. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up, take a break, right? And I'm going to do a panel. I got to set it up because I'm mobile and I'm using my tablet, right? So obligatory, like and subscribe. If you're here, you're quantum, even by proxy. Okay, thanks everybody. We'll see you soon. I will be coming back with the panel. It's going to be kind of hard to send out links, so I'm going to be putting the link in the chat here. I can do that, but I'm going to make it happen. But yeah, it's time to refresh this coffee and just take my regular break. First hour is complete. Thanks, everybody.
Peace out.
Yep, that's Shin Goji saying peace out with one finger.
I gotta show you something on the video I just did.
Okay, he took a video we made I don't know how we're going to show it, if we show it.
Well,
But he's going to show me, and I'm going to tell y'all through the magic of quantum reality on YouTube. Thanks, everybody. Talk to you in a few minutes. Out of here. Keeping it quantum. Bye-bye. Pushing buttons. I said pushing buttons. Okay, button pusher. Whoops.
I had to leave the chat to watch it, man, because it was overlapping on your thing.